Rave Reviews, episode 32. Come with us to 1985 Roundhouse. A seriously special day at one of the most incredible rave venues to ever exist. Here's how it went down. We got there for free, but doors didn't open till like 20 past, so this was everyone just chilling outside in the rain. Once we got in, we went to see Dub Athlete for a bit. He was playing quite dark, sort of moody, minimal 140s. As with most 1985 events, the music progressed across the night, so it began quite minimally and then built into like two-step, garage, and into more darker, heavier 140s, dubstep, and then finally into D&B for the last 2 hours. Personally, I'm more into the heavier side of the label, and I think that venue would have just been the perfect place to boot it right off from the get-go, to be honest. I do appreciate they have quite a few different genres to showcase, so obviously that is the most logical way to do it. After a bit of a mooch, first set we properly see was Chesco back-to-back SPMC with Coast. First half was very minimal, sort of like two-steppy, garage, 140s. Second half switched violently into some like very dark, very heavy, dubsteppy 140s, which was sick. It was exactly what everyone had been waiting for. Literally, the crowd were going nuts, and it was a perfect warm-up for Visage Strategy 6 till 7, and were absolutely incredible, as they always are. Whole set was 140s, apart from the last 15 minutes, which was drum and bass, and they played very much in their typical, like, dark, moody, atmospheric, almost like theatric kind of style. It actually reminded me a little bit of the Boomtown 2023 set, which is literally one of my favourite sets ever. And big up Strategy, who is just totally, absolutely unreal host and entertainer every single time. After this, you had Nefertiti and Manga, who we ended up missing, so we could take a bit of a break. In terms of flow, I'd have preferred Nefer in between Drone and SP, so then after Chesco, it could have just gone Visage, Alex Perez, and then break, but weren't really an issue. I had some time to go and get a little cup of tea, so literally no complaints. 8 till 9, we had Alex Perez with a full 60-minute D&B set, which I was buzzing about, to be honest. It was actually wicked. Whole thing was really varied. He started off with some older classics initially, and then moved into some newer stuff, but it was all mainly very soulful, very vibey, till the last 10 minutes actually, which got a bit darker and a bit scatty. I was fucking sick. We were right in the middle for this, and he looked amazing. Now, ideally, I would have loved to have seen a 2-hour set from Perez, then had break closing 10 to 11 instead, which I know is very greedy of me, but it took a little while for things to really kick off, and I think the crowd definitely had at least another hour in them when it finished at 10, but you know, can't have it all. Got an absolute belter of a closing set from break and GQ. When I say banger after banger, my head was spun by the time we walked out of there. Definitely set of the day for me, and probably one of my favourite break sets ever, to be honest. It finished on quite a jump up heavy note. Gaff was going off, visuals were amazing, and GQ was absolutely on form as always. And what a treat as well to get the full Holy Trinity SP GQ Strategy. Literally cannot ask for anything more. Production was amazing. Roundhouse genuinely had some of the most insane lighting I have ever seen, and after Saturday I wholeheartedly stand on that. I cannot stress how amazing the visuals looked across the whole evening. Sound was decent, bass was heavy, but not so much so that it completely drowned out the mid. Vocals and the mics were a little bit lost at some points though, and you couldn't really hear the MCs as much as I would have liked to, which I thought was a bit of a shame, but overall vibes were absolutely solid. The crowd was sound, music production was amazing. Lastly, I just want to give a big shout out to anyone that came and said hello. It actually means the world to hear that you don't like these videos. I get a bit shy, but I am genuinely chuffed, and I really appreciate the kind words, so thank you for that. Big up to you lot.